Hi, my friends. This is the example from 10.3. So a lot of your, or some of your questions look like this, where you have a diagram here and you have to talk about if it is a line. So that is a line. Oh. Or if it is a line segment. Or if it's parallel. Or if it is perpendicular. Or if it's the intersecting. And remember, with the intersecting, we just have to put intersecting. Okay, so as we're going on here, we're going to talk about some of them, and I'm going to write their answers in orange. So a line has the two arrows at the end. So as long as it has two arrows, then it can be the line. For example, we have D to C is a line because they have arrows. And if I write it, we would write D to C, like this with my arrows in the end. Now, it is not a line segment because of the arrows at the end. Now, if I label this Q and R, these two have just points, no arrows, because there's another point before the arrow. So that could be a line segment because there's two dots at the end. So even though there's these two dots right here, there's still the arrows at the end, and that means that it's not a line segment, it's a line. Now, parallel lines. Miss Corbin didn't draw it very well, but these two, let me fix how that looks. Let me make it a little bit more straighter. All right, so there, that looks better. So these two, if they keep going, they are never ever going to meet. So if this one was tilted more, that means they would meet eventually. But these two are parallel. They're equally far apart. So it would be, this is how we would write it, would be line DC is parallel to FJ. And we can't forget to put those little symbols on the top right there. All right, now perpendicular. The key for the perpendicular is anytime you see that mark, that means those two lines are perpendicular because they form that 90-degree angle. Now remember how you write that one is it'd be FJ, still the line, is perpendicular to HG. These lines on top are important. You can't see that orange very well. Let me pick a different color. Let's try blue. Now intersecting, that means when they cross, they don't make a right angle. So these two are not the intersecting ones. These two lines are intersecting because we've got our two obtuse and our two acute. So it would be line AB and line DC intersect at point Q. All right, so this is how you read, and there could be more answers. You can say AB intersects FJ point R. There's lots of different ways that you can, and there's lots of different lines you could put. This is not the only answer. These are the only parallel ones in this picture, and this one is the only perpendicular line. But this one, there's lots of answers, and you can do lots of answers right there. Those two are lots of answers. These on just with this picture is only one answer. Now, one of the other assignments that it might ask you to do is to draw your own. So if it says, if your directions say draw, if it says draw ST parallel to VX, so that means I have to draw a line and they have to be parallel, and this was the symbol for parallel. So if it tells you to do that, then you draw two lines that are parallel, and remember, if it's a line, it has those arrows on the end. One is called ST and one is called VX, and that's how you draw if it asks you to draw. So, and then same thing as if it asks you to draw, we're going to do a perpendicular one. We're going to do CD is perpendicular to EF. So that just, remember, that means they have to be like an X. So I'm going to go ahead and draw like a plus. And I'm always going to put this square right there, so I know that it's perpendicular, and you know. So when you draw your perpendicular, go ahead and put that square there, because sometimes it's hard to make it look exactly, and that way I know that you know that that means that's 90 degrees. But now I've got a label. So I've got CD, E, F. So there was two ways. It will give you a picture and you have to name lines, or it will ask you to draw your own. And you need to recognize that that is parallel and that one is perpendicular. Okay, let me know if you have any questions.